Hello, this is Joseph Bronson, Mountain Warrior Kung Fu Academy, and in this small series of videos, actually it might end up being a very long series of videos, I want to put a little disclaimer out there right at the very beginning. This is for information purposes only, and if you have any sort of medical issues at all yourself, you should seek the advice of a qualified medical professional. That being said, we'd like to show you some of the things that we do for information purposes only, and this is how we treat ourselves and how we spend time out in the wilderness. So I hope you enjoy these videos. They are part of the Mountain Warrior Kung Fu Academy, and I want you to think about the Mountain Warrior Kung Fu Academy as being a very organic operation from how we see the practice of our Kung Fu to how we see the practice of our lives in a very organic fashion. So get out in the woods, get fresh air, and enjoy. All right, thank you. Enjoy these videos.
Okay, today is Earth Day, April 22nd. And you're probably wondering why we laughed. And I guess we'll say it. Okay. I try to, in my life, 365 days of my life.
A year. Not just of your life.
Sorry, a year. 365 days a year. And I really try to honor...
Try to do what, 365 days a year?
I'm going there.
Oh.
You won't let me say it. I try to honor this. I take care of the earth. 365 days a year, I do this. There isn't a day, how do I say this? It's daily for me. Here in my eye.
You already said that. You said 365 days a year.
And I'm saying it again. Do you get it? Do you get it? So, I don't understand this culture. We're creating Earth Day to be a consumer holiday. If you went out to buy something to celebrate your Earth Day, then you really need to look at what you're doing in your life to help the earth. Because going and buying something to have a celebration is not helping. What you should do is seek a local farmer in your town and purchase some local food from them, and then go eat that food at a hike and connect with nature. Or, I mean, I could go on and on and on. And if you'd like me to go on and on, put some comments in the comment section below and ask me questions. But please don't go out and purchase things. And the other side of it is don't be one of those people that celebrates Earth Day today, one day out of 365 days a year. It's crazy. Why can't you have one day of poisoning and then you have 364 days of Earth Days, right? Am I missing anything here?
Sounds good.
Okay. So my way of celebrating Earth Day today is starting as best as we can, a herb walk series on how to eat the things that are around you and what they do. This is what I do in my life. I'm not a health practitioner. I am just showing you the things that we do in our life for when we have an illness or an owie. So if you are hurt or need medical attention, please go seek your healthcare provider and ask them for advice on what they would like you to do. But this is what I do in my life. And if you'd like to delve into that section of knowledge, then go for it. The first thing I want to show you is a book that is like my Bible. I use this book so much. As you can tell, I have notes. It's an awesome book. It's by Rosemary Gladstar. Okay, and it's Herbal Recipes for Vibrant Health. Anybody who's just slightly interested in doing what I'm doing right now, go get this book. It's not very much money. Support a local bookstore. Go on your little downtown strip if you have one, and support the small bookstore. And if they don't have it, then ask them to order it. Small bookstores are struggling right now, so they will order it and it'll come in a couple days. In our town in McMinnville, we have 3rd Street Books. Go there and order this book. All right. You can also order it from Mountain Rose Herbs on there if you want to order a few herbs that are dried, and they have this book also. So this is my book that I use way more than any other in my house. I'm trying to think, and it's absolutely awesome. Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to kind of read through a section of a plant that we're going to do right now, and the plant is plantain, and this plant is right here. And there's 2 different types. You have the narrow leaf, and you have a broadleaf. Okay, and this plant is called, if I remember right, the green band-aid. I was just reading that right there in the book, and It is good for helping fight off infections, the leaf is, and you make poultices out of it. It is a mild bitter, and you can make a tea to take it internally, and then you do the leaves for external poultice. And do you have any questions right now for me that I'm missing anything for the video public?
Battery's looking very low.
Oh, battery's looking low. I better hurry up. Alright, for this plant, you can have the seeds, roots, and leaves. And I had forgotten about that the other day when we did a video on it. The seeds are actually used, and most people actually know this, they're used in Metamucil, believe it or not. So, plantain seeds are rich in mucilage and are often used in laxative blends for the soothing bulk action. In fact, these seeds, which we don't see right now, they'll come up in the spring, and there's a picture here on them. These are the seeds. Alright, they're used in Metamucil, so why buy Metamucil? Has a lot of crap in it. Just showed the seeds. So I'm going to read right here. You can also use seeds, roots, and leaves as the parts used of this beautiful plant, plantain. Plantain is common weed across almost all of North America and is a highly nutritional food. Did you guys hear that? A highly nutritional food. This beautiful plant, right? Is one of the best poultice herbs and is often referred to as the green bandage. Because if you have a bite or an infection, you chew it, or you make a compress, which we did that earlier in another video, and put it on the wound. Okay? It's among rosemary's favorite herbs for treating blood poisoning and used externally on the infected area and internally as a tea. Okay, so there you go. This is plantain. There is a broadleaf plantain, and we made another video on that earlier. I'm going to show you this. This is my wonderful plantain leaf. This has been a great healer for me in the last, 2 months. Love this plant. I've used it for recluse bites. Alright, that's my Earth Day food. Alright, medical disclaimer again. I'm just showing you plants that are really wonderful to eat. If you need medical advice or medical attention, please seek your professional
Healthcare advisor.
Alright? This is what I do in my life. And I have lots of fun with this. Okay, so here, this one, I'd have to say, you know, I don't want to make any plants feel left out, but right now, lately, this has been my favorite one. So right here is a baby plantain, and actually mixed right in here, which is really cool, is St. John's wort. Little baby St. John's wort right in here. Right here, see? But what we're going to look at right now is this one, and the plantain. Plantain's really good for pulling out venom, so if you get stung by a bee, you would chew this leaf, chew, pull it out of your mouth and slap it on. It's good for abscesses, so if you have an abscess somewhere on your body or even in your mouth, you peel this, and you would chew it.
You peel it.
Pull it.
Pull it.
Did I say peel?
Yeah, I thought you heard
pull.
peel.
Pull. See this little baby? And you can actually eat this like it's food. So, if you want to have a salad and put some of these in there, you can. Now, let me warn you, it's really bitter. And I've, you know, lately, because of my accident, my diet's changed so much, I actually kind of like some of this more even now. But what you would do, like I said, is you would chew. I'm going to show the chewing one. I might make a face. Yep, that's bitter. Really, Nani? And you take that little bit you chewed, and you put it right on, let's see if I had a bee sting right there, you put it right there. Alright? Now, if you had an abscess somewhere, you do the same thing, and you would, you know, you could, if you feel gross about chewing it, and you have the time to go to a kitchen, then you could put it in the water and then heat it up and then put it on as a poultice. But if you're out in the wild, you don't have a kitchen, you gotta do something. You could also, if you had an abscess tooth that's bothering you, you could take this puppy and pull it in there and it'll pull everything out. And you can make salves out of it, and you can eat it. And I'll give one to Mr. Bonson here. Little baby plantain. Little baby. And this is a baby. That's the narrow leaf. There is a broadleaf plantain. And it's down there.
Oh, that's nicely bitter. Ugh. Wow, that's really bitter.
Yeah. Get your digestion going, though.
That's what the bitters do for us?
Yeah. So that's been my, if I want to say lately, that's been my favorite herb for the last few months or more. But yeah, that's a good one, and it does beautiful jobs for pulling out things. Right, so it's just showing, well, first let me make a claim again. We're on a road right here, but it's a road that's not used, and it's not sprayed. This is an old logging road. Do not pick your stuff from roadsides, ever, 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 not even blackberries, all right? There's farmers out there, and they spray things that would scare the hell out of you. So anyways, don't ingest them. So here we had the narrow one that I was just showing, right? And this is for like I said, for abscesses, for bee stings, bug bites. What I did for a recluse bite is I treated it with Plantain. You, again, if you have a recluse bite, seek a medical health care practitioner. But if you're out in the wild and you can't find a health care practitioner, this is what you could do. And I've done Plantain for a recluse bite and it works great. So here's the narrow leaf.
Well, what did you do? I'm sorry. Explain to everybody what you did when the recluse bite was there and how you utilized the Plantain for it.
Okay. Well, real quick, this is the broadleaf. I wanted to show you guys that and this one's growing together, so it's really cool. We have broadleaf, Plantain, and they have different scientific names that I don't know, so I apologize for that. But you have your narrow and your broad. Okay, and I used both for the recluse bite, and I would use both for an abscess too. They're both very good. And these are really cool because they're next to each other. I'm not going to pick these to show, but I'm going to use some grass, all right, to show what you would do for even a recluse bite or bee sting. You wake up and you have a terrible spider bite, and any spider bite, honestly, just treat it like it's just a terrible bite. Why wait until you're doing things that are scary and then you go to your doctor? So that's what our motto is here, is treat before it gets bad. So you wake up and you have a bite, and I'm going to pretend this grass is Plantain. Okay, we're pretending this is Plantain because there's plenty of grass to pick. I don't want to be picking leaves that I don't need to pick. So you would take this, and if you're out somewhere and you don't have a stove, you can't boil water, and you've got a dangerous situation, chew in your mouth, and you're going to put this on the recluse bite and leave it on there. Leave it on there for about 15 minutes, and then do it again and again and again, over and over until you get rid of that and it's pulled out.
And what you do if you have a stove is you put it in some warm water and just keep it for a little
now
bit?
we're going to pretend we're at a stove. What I do is I bring my water to boil, I drop the leaves in there, and I turn the stove off and I cover it. I let it sit for, gosh, I'm not sure how. It's hard. I'm somebody that just does things by feelings. So if it's not written down, I'm a person that does it by feelings. So what I do is probably about 15 minutes, 20 minutes with the lid on, stove off. Does that make sense? Okay.
You're letting it steep in hot water for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like making a tea. Thank you. So you're making a tea, but the only difference is you're going to pull those leaves out and you're going to put it on the bite. Okay? I'm not going to go there. There's such a thing as a compress where it's just liquid on a cloth, but we want the plant on this situation on the wound, and that is a poultice. Okay? So you'd have it here and you put a cloth over it and leave it on. Then you take it off, depending on how bad it is. If you have a stove, well, throw that away. Don't reuse it. New water, new Plantain, bring it to a boil, put the lid on, steep 15-20 minutes, pull that plant material out, put it on there. And you do it over and over and over again and get that out of there. So.
And just keep doing it until it's gone.
That's what I did.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, something like that's dangerous. If you got a recluse bite, you guys know what those are. They eat your skin, so.
They eat your flesh, yeah.
Yeah, you want to treat that as radical as possible. And there was other things we did too.
Whoever eats it, it destroys it.
We treated her with echinacea tincture and a lot of other things. But put that plant material, we're playing right on it. So, but we're just talking about Plantain, so we're talking about poultice. And this is a beautiful plant. It's most people don't, people spray this stuff. They don't want these things in their yard, and it's some of the most beautiful plants we want to get rid of in our yards, and they're full of nutrition and they give us beautiful medicine. So, broadleaf, narrow leaf. If you're out in the wild, have no kitchen, pull the leaf, chew, and put it on. And if it's a really bad something, you got to keep doing that. Keep finding Plantain. Keep doing that. If you're in a kitchen and it's a bad bite, keep doing it. Bring the water to boil, put the plant material in, lid on, plant material out on the wound. Take it off. Do it again and again. That's what I do.